Here, we're going to start talking so Taquan can benefit. All right, question number 5 says how many kilojoules of heat energy required to melt 150 grams of ice at 0 degrees Celsius if the delta H to melt is 6.01 kJs per mole. That means, if you'll remember from the last unit, there's 2 ways to find heat. I'm going to write them both out. Heat is equal to delta H times moles, or, thank you, Hunt, or heat is equal to MC delta T, mass, specific heat, change in temperature. Those are the only 2 ways to get heat. Okay, so this question right here gave me grams of water or ice, solid water, and it gave me the delta H. So Natalie, what's my problem? I don't have the number of moles. I do have grams. I don't have the number of moles. I do have grams. I don't have the number of moles. But I do have grams. And Ms. Matney's already taught you something, how to go from grams to moles, has she not? She has. A long time ago, I taught you this, and you can never, ever, 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 ever forget this, that 18 grams of water, solid ice, makes 1 mole of water. Agreed? Is that true? Okay, so Natalie, what is 150 divided by 18? Yes, you did. You didn't do 150 divided by 18? Okay. So 150, huh? 8.333. So the number of moles for question 5 is 8.333 moles of H2O. Now, here's the hard truth, guys, gals. You have to know that. 24/7, all the time, you have to know how to go from grams to moles and moles to grams. Grams to moles and moles to grams. Grams to moles and moles to grams. Anytime it's necessary, you've got to know how to do that. It's very, very, very important. Now for this question up here, instead of 150 grams, I can write that's the same thing as 8.33 moles. Now I can solve my problem just like this. Agreed? Just like that. I can say heat for question 5 will be equal to 6.01 kilojoules per mole when I multiply it by 8.333 moles. And my moles go away. And what do I get when I multiply 6.01 times 8.333? Huh? 50.08 kJs. kJs. That's how much heat it requires to melt 150 grams of ice. But I couldn't plug in 150 grams of ice. I had to plug in the moles of ice. Yes? Because that will give me how many molecules of ice I have, but I need moles. Yes, I could then do that. Yes, I could. I absolutely could. All right. Next question, though, is going to be an MCAT question. Here's your mass. Here's your temperature change, 20. And here's your specific heat. So question number 6 is going to be heat is equal to 40 times the specific heat of 4.184. And that has all 3 units in it like our R does. Joules per gram per degree Celsius. Grab my handy dandy eraser real quick. Okay, and my temperature change is 20. All right. What did you get, Daniel, when you multiplied 40 times 20 times 4.184? What did you get for your heat value? Question number 6. 3,347. 47 point something. 0.2 kilojoules. All right, let's look at sig figs. 3 sig figs, 3 sig figs. I need to round that to 3 sig figs. 3350 kJs, no decimal. Yes? All right, real quick. What's the formula of the nitrate polyatomic ion you and I have to start memorizing? NO3 to the -1 charge. What's the formula of the carbonate ion we have to start memorizing? CO3 to the -2 charge. What's the formula of phosphate ion that we have to start memorizing? PO4 to the -3 charge. What's the formula of hydroxide ion, the stuff you find in soap or lye? OH to the -1. What's the formula of the sulfate ion? SO4 to the -2 charge. And what's the formula of the ammonium ion? Thank you, Natalie. You're on the ball today. NH4 to the +1 charge. Those are polyatomic ions you must memorize. Those are polyatomic ions you must memorize. We're going to have a quiz on those next week. Those are polyatomic ions you must memorize. All 6 of them. You must memorize them. You must know their names and their formulas. I'll give you one, you give me the other. I give you one, you give me the other. All right, I want to do one more thing. Let me stop my little fella here. Thank goodness I've got tutoring.